Hello everyone, welcome to Alina's Fashion. Please subscribe if you're new to this channel. Today we are going to be talking about a beautiful free gown. So I folded it into four as you can see. And I'm going to be measuring the shoulder divided by two. That's the first thing I'll be doing. Okay, I would come down by 1.5 inch for my shoulder slant and then I'll mark. Then from that slant, I'm going to take the shoulder divided by 2 also plus 0.5 inch. So okay, so here I have it. I've marked it out like so. Then I'm going to be marking it again. This is the shoulder and the slant like I said earlier. I'm going to brighten this again. So this is it. I'm going to be taking the shoulder to the bust point, which is 10.5. Okay, so I'll just mark it there. That is where I'll be inserting my bust. Okay, so I'll mark this part like so. Then also shoulder to under bust is my shoulder to under bust is of 15.5. So I'm going to be marking the bust which is 12.5. My bust divided by 4 plus 3 inches. Okay, so I'm marking it 12.5 here. So this is the bust point. Okay, so I'm going to be marking the under bust, that is 15.5. Okay, so this is it. Then this gown, basically from this other bust, I'm just going to be curving my hand from this point. I'm just going to curve it down. There's no other shape again. This is just the only measurement I'm taking. Then the remaining one is the full length of the gown. So this is how it is. I'll just curve it down to the full length like so. Just curve it from the under bust like so. Okay, to the full length. I folded this, and this is 2 yard. Okay, that I'm using for this gown. I'm using 2 yards for the gown. Okay, so I'm cutting this out now. So this is it. This is how it is going to be. So the full length is 57 inches plus 1 inch, making 58 inches. You can make it as long as you want. So this is it. So for the armhole, I'm going to divide the armhole by 2 like so. And then at this point, I'm going to be curving it out. Then I'll mark 1 inch outward here. Then I'm marking from these 3 points, these points here, from this middle point, sorry, this middle point to this 1 inch, then to the bust point. Then I'll just curve everything to get the perfect armhole. So these 3 points is what I'm going to be marking for the armhole. So I'll just give it a curve. You can use your French curve, okay? Don't mind my freehand sketching, but I'll make sure that I get what I want. So if you cannot do this, use your French curve, okay? But I'm definitely going to get what I want. So this is what I want. So here it is. So you can see the whole shape. So I'm going to be talking about the neckline now. For the neckline, I'm going to be taking 1.5 inch for the back neckline. Okay, so measure 1.5 inch for the back neckline depth. Then for the width, I'm going to be taking 3 inches for the width. Okay, so I'm marking it like so here. Then I'll curve it out like so. This is the back neckline. So after curving it, I'm going to be taking the front neckline. Okay, still 3 inches I'm going to be using for the front neckline, but the depth will be 3 inches deep. So The front neckline is 3 by 3. Okay, so measure 3 inches here. Then I'll just s- drag it down, drag it up to that point of the back. Okay, so just give it a curve it out the way you can. So this is what I've gotten. This is the front. Okay, so this is the shoulder slant. So I'm going to be cutting this out like so, so as you can see the full length. Beautiful already. So what I'm going to be doing now is to cut out this front neckline. I'll remove the back. I'll just remove one like so, and give an opening for the back. Give an opening for the back. Okay, then I'll cut the front neckline, but I'm not cutting the two together. So the opening for the back, I'm using 8 inches deep. Just come down like so. The center back, the back fabric, just mark 8 inches. So just mark it down like so, and I'm going to be turning it with bias tape. Okay, so I'll cut it, just cut it straight down. So this is the opening. I've cut it open, so this is the opening for the back. I'm going to be turning it with bias tape. I'll put the bias at the right side and turn it inside. So this is it. I'm sewing the side of the gown. Just sew the two sides and sew the shoulder together. Okay, and then you get insert. So this is me sewing the sides of the gown. So for the opening at the back, I'm covering it with the bias. I place the bias on the right side of the fabric. I'm sewing it like this. Then I'm going to be turning it into the wrong side of the fabric after sewing it on the right side. So this is how you do it. Just sew like this. So after sewing it so carefully at this point, then you turn it inward, pin down the bias to the back bodice, and then you sew it close. As in, you just sew it. Not that you're closing it. Is already an opening. Okay, so you just sew it. Okay. Please tell your friends about Alina's fashion. Here we do free tutorials. You get what you want. You learn how to cut and sew and how to take care of your sewing machine. So this is it. I've sewn it. So I've pinned it down also. So I'm going to be sewing this part. Okay, so this is how it is looking fine. I'll sew this part like so. Then the opening it be like this for the back. So for the bishop collar, I'm taking the round neck measurement of the gown like this. Just measure round. I've shown in my previous video that you can just stretch it and measure it, but yeah, I'm just showing you from the mannequin. Okay, so just measure round. This is the opening that I've made, but just measure, put your tape around and measure. So I've measured mine, it gives me 9.5 inches, so I'm using 10 inches. Okay, so this is 20 inches wide by 8 inches depth. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using for the neck, the bishop collar kind of neck. So I'm folding it like this. Okay, then I'll fold it again like this. After folding it like this, I'll fold it like this. So here it is. Okay, so this is the round measurement. Now I'm going to be inserting on this. So the round neck measurement, which is 9.5, I'm using 10 inches. So I'll mark it there. Then I'll take the midpoint of this measurement. This is 4. This is the opening of the collar. Okay, so I'll just go up by 1 inch here at the center. Okay, this part that is closed. So I'll measure the round neck measurement here like this and mark it. Okay, then I'll take half of the measurement of this round neck. I said I'll be going up by 1 inch. Okay, so I've gone up by 1 inch, so it'll be remaining 2.5 inches from the fabric. So I'll be marking this 2.5 down, but thereafter I'm going to be taking half of the this one neck measurement. I'll take half here. This is to get the points for the curve. So here it is. I just measure like this. Okay, from this center point and measure 2.5. Okay, making sure that everything, okay, is 2.5 inches. Okay, so I'm taking 2.5 inches like so. From this side that is 1 inches up, 1 inch up. Okay, I'm coming down like this, and then I'll just measure 2.5 down, 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 down. Just watch how I'm going to do it. So I'm measuring the 2.5 for the collar, 2.5 down. So this is the midpoint. Okay, make sure that the measurement comes down like this. I went up by 1 inch at the center front, so I'll just be taking the 2.5 inches like so. Okay, because the bishop collar is not just going to sit on the neck flat. That is why we are doing this curve that you're seeing. So I'm going to be curving it out like this, curve it out like so, then cut it out. So I'm cutting it out like so. So after cutting it out like this, then I'm going to flip it over so that you see what we've done. So this is it. I have 4 of these. Okay, so I'll be sewing the edge like this, so I'm flipping it over before I sew. Okay, so here it is. This is what we've cut out. I have a video on this before, how to cut a bishop collar. So I'm flipping it like so, just flip it like so. Then this will be resting on the neck, the front neckline. Okay, then this will be at the side of that is back of the gown. So this is basically how to cut your bishop collar so that your gown will be elegant. This is a beautiful gown. And so yeah, it is. I've sewn this part already. I've sewn it, so I'm going to be turning it over and like so, and sew it on the main gown. So just turn it like this. So this is the center of the collar, the center of the collar. Then I'm going to be attaching it to the center front of the gown. So I've done it like so. So I'm going to be pinning it to the center of the gown. But I'm going to be marking it first. I'll mark it so that I'll put the marked part on the center front. So this part, I'm going to be marking it, then I'll be sewing it to the center front of the dress, the beautiful dress. Okay, so this is the dress, the beautiful girlish dress. This is the center front. I'm going to be marking both center front like so, then I'll be pinning it down. After pinning it down, I will take it to the sewing machine. I'll sew the pinned part, then thereafter I'm going to be covering it again. I'm not sewing the two parts together of the bishop collar. No, it's one of the, like this part. This is the center front. Okay, I'm attaching it to the first center front of this bishop collar like so. I'll pin it like this, as you can see. Then I'll use the top part to turn it out. This top part, I'll turn it out and fold it and cover this stitch that I'm going to be making. These stitches I'm going to be making at this side. So I'm folding this part in like this. This is the excess. I'm just folding it like this, and I'll sew it down before folding it. So I've sewn that part like I said earlier. As you can see, the part I'm using this one to cover the what I've sewn. This part I've sewn it like I said. Okay, so this other part of the collar, I'll just use it to cover the stitch. So the armhole, I'll measure the armhole down here for me to be able to cut the sleeve. My armhole is 12 inches plus 1 will be giving me 13. So I'm using 13 inches by 10 inches length. So this is 4 unfold, okay, for the two sleeves, okay. So I'm going to be marking this is the sleeve. I'm going to be marking the sleeve cap. So first of all, the sleeve is 13 inches, added 1, okay, from the round hole measurement, armhole measurement. So the round sleeve is 8 inches. My round sleeve is 12, so I divided it by 2, 8. So I'm coming down by 4 inch for the sleeve cap. So I'll just curve it like so to this part. And then for my round sleeve, I measured 12 inches, so I'm adding 2 inches, so that will give me 8 inches, sorry. So it's supposed to be 6, so I'm adding 2 inches to give me 8 inches. So I'm marking 8 inches for my round sleeve measurements. So basically, after cutting the sleeve, you just sew this you just sew, attach the point like this, curve it to the side and curve it down to the one sleeve. I'll turn the one sleeve with my bias. I'll just attach it to the gown and everything is ready. I also made a belt for the gown with the remaining fabric, and it also has a head scarf for this particular gown. So beautiful gown for elegant ladies. So this is the sleeve. After cutting it, I'm going to sew it to the blouse, and voila, you have it. So this is it, very beautiful. Wow. So this is the gown, free gown, very beautiful, elegant gown for ladies. Beautiful. I marked the pleat at the sleeve. Okay, this is the opening at the back. This is how beautiful it falls down. Very beautiful gown. Okay, thank you for watching Alina's Fashion Loves.